Alright, what's good everybody? My name is Sen. Welcome back to the channel. And for today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about Street Fighter. I wouldn't particularly say I'm like a Street Fighter mega fan or anything like that. Like, I have a decent time playing the games. And between 5 and 6 particularly, I've spent a decent amount of time in the franchise. Now, not all that long ago, a friend of mine came over and spent the night, and we just kind of had fun playing video games all night. But in that time, he's like, oh, hey, just show me a bunch of fighting game stuff. Give me like a little taste of each of these games, and I did just that. So we took a look at Street Fighter 6, we played some Dragon Ball, checked out Ultimate Marvel, a little bit of Guilty Gear, and so on. I just showed him a little bit of each thing. We particularly played a lot of Smash, and that kind of adds to the point a little bit. But one of the games we settled on playing was Street Fighter 2. Now, I have played Street Fighter 2, but not like a lot. I'm not very good at this game. I'll be honest, I don't even particularly like have any kind of affection for this game. Nothing wrong with it, or I don't hate it or anything like that. It's just I didn't spend a lot of time with it. I did play as a kid. I do distinctly remember playing it as a child. And I definitely recognize how iconic this game is, obviously. Like, the sprites are so iconic, the moves. Like, if this game was not the reason fighting games have archetypes, it is one of the reasons. But in particular, I'm kind of really not good at Street Fighter 2. I'm just as susceptible at losing to someone doing this as like anyone else is, in all honesty, when it comes to this game. But if I'm feeling particularly cheesy, like I want to cheese out a win on a friend, I'll opt to play Guile more often than not. Now, if you don't know anything about Guile, it's really easy to enforce like a basic game plan against someone that doesn't know what they're doing. First off, Guile has some pretty juice normals, like his jab goes forever. His medium punch is pretty weird. It seems to be an anti-air of sort, but his standing fierce is just as good. Like, it's very strong. His light kick, like, this is an absurd ass light kick, man. This is very good normal. His medium kick seems fucking juiced. His heavy kick takes like a big step forward as well. And then, of course, he has his special moves, which, if you know anything about Guile, they're based around charge. And he has his iconic Sonic Boom. And then, of course, Flash Kick. It's so effective to employ like the basic projectile anti-air game plan with Guile, especially against people that don't really know too much of what they're doing. To avoid the whole spamming conversation, I did a job of mixing in like normals and things of that nature in a very effective manner. And then, of course, if I'm unable to anti-air with Flash Kick, Jesus Christ, I cannot Flash Kick. Guile has just an effective of a crouching fierce. Now, me, for my money, if I'm gonna play an older Street Fighter, it's gonna be Third Strike. Third Strike is the one that's closest to modern day Street Fighter that I have the most fun with. I might like the Alpha games, but I haven't played them extensively, so I really wouldn't know. So yeah, I do just opt for Third Strike, and a lot more people play Third Strike, I would say. But even though I like both of these games more, the casual audience isn't super willing to play these games, unlike something like a Street Fighter 2, which I find to be interesting. And it's obvious to know why that is. Part of it, yes, is the game is iconic. Everyone knows what Street Fighter 2 is, even if they themselves don't play fighting games. And the reason they'll elect to play this game, even though they don't play fighting games, is this is the most distilled version of what Street Fighter is at its core. There's no fancy mechanics, there's no alpha counter, there's no parry or wacky shit or anything like that. There's no red parry, there's no focus, there's no V system, there's no drive gauge that you have to worry about. It is just pure Street Fighter boiled down to its simplest form. Unfortunately, we didn't play this version. We played this version, Street Fighter 2 Special Champion. I don't know what the fuck Special Champion Edition is or means or whatever. But as far as control schemes, it's pretty weird. All right, so the controls on this is pretty weird. L1 is actually your jab. Your strong is actually X, and then your fierce is R1. So you can think of it like an arcade stick where the top row is your punches. Now the bottom row, being Y, is your short, B, which is your forward, and then your roundhouse, which is your A. And yeah, they just laid it out like arcade buttons would be, but it's just Yeah, with that said, it was gross, but it was still fun. I will never play this version of Street Fighter 2 again, I hope. But even though there's many other versions of Street Fighter that I would prefer over Street Fighter 2, I kind of just take it for what it is. And it's just like, all right, someone's willing to play a game that's within my genre, even if I myself don't play it. But it also kind of reminds me of Smash in that way, and it's because Street Fighter 2 is, yes, as I said, that distilled version of what fighting games are. You don't have to worry about any crazy mechanics. People just feel inclined to pick it up and play. Also, yes, it's partly because the game is so iconic. And what's actually funny about Smash is, even though I'm a fighting game guy, I love fighting games, I don't particularly play any of the fighting game characters in Smash. Like, I don't play Ryu, I don't play Ken, I don't play Kazuya or Terry. It's weird and funny that they have real estate in this game, which is cool, but I would just prefer to play them in the games that they're actually in. With that said, though, we can finish off with a game of Ken. I don't mind. The only thing that sucks, though, is that by default, your GSP is at 9 mil, even if you haven't really used a character online ever. And that's much higher than where I am, because I'm actually kind of terrible at this game. Alright, we're gonna try our best, everybody. I'm gonna get destroyed. I'm bad enough at Smash as is, but then, I don't know, playing this character in the way that I am right now, it's not a good look. That works. Oh, my focus. At least I don't have to worry about facing the right way. Wow, you parried that? You a real motherfucker for that one. Nice. Oh, you're telling me I didn't run out of the range of that? Oh, my back here. Nice. That's huge. It starts with 1, baby. We just gotta get a little extra credit on this stock now. That's huge. I gotta do more of that. Oh! You're telling me that missed? Alright, that's fair. And we got some extra credit though, so I'm pretty happy about that. Nice. Valid. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go, Ken. Oh, I was gonna give him the classic, yo. Wrong way. Oh, nice Shoryuken. Let's fucking go, baby. I'm a Ken main, I think. I'm a Ken main, I think. I would absolutely be down to play more Ken in Smash. I think he's fun and I think he's cool. I just don't play a lot of the fighting game characters in Smash in all actuality. There wasn't a super big point to this video. It's just funny that there's like a parallel between something like Street Fighter 2 and Smash, because people are just willing to like look past, oh, it's a fighting game, and just play. And I'm just wondering why that's not the case with every other game.